Extreme MySpace angle. You can lose about 40 pounds doing this. Check it out. About 40 pounds thinner, MySpace angle. This is my second video of the day. I'm just going to answer quickly some questions that someone had for me. Okay, first question. What time of the day do you get hungry? Well, that depends on the last time I ate. But I can tell you that during breakfast, most of the time I'm not hungry. I usually have a very light breakfast. I'm not big on breakfast. In fact, that may be a lot of how I got this way, because I would go almost all day without eating. My first meal of the day habit was my first meal of the day would be around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So then of course dinner ended up at 9 or 10. And I think my body was in starvation mode a lot, and because I would go all day without eating. But for breakfast I usually have something light, like some fruit or some yogurt, something like that. Sometimes I don't eat breakfast, but most of the time I try to. So as for that question, I guess the first hunger I feel would be right around lunchtime. And then the second question was, does my stomach rumble at work? If I get hungry, sure. Yeah, it will. Is it audible? Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it's embarrassing if it makes a loud noise. What does hunger feel like to me? That's kind of a hard one. I don't feel pain if I'm hungry. I feel it's more of an urge. My stomach, when I say my stomach hurts, I'm hungry, it's not actual pain, like ow. I don't know what it's like for other people, but for me it's more of an urge. When I'm hungry, it becomes an urge to eat. And of course the hungrier I feel, the bigger the urge, the more I want to eat, and my eyes will be bigger than my stomach, and if I let myself go hungry for too long, I'll want to eat too much, as by evidence of the video I made earlier today with what happened trying to go hungry all day. How do I deal with it? Most of the time I don't have to deal with it, because honestly I hardly ever feel hunger. Since I'm not hungry when I wake up and I eat breakfast, hunger never becomes an issue. Every once in a while it does by lunchtime, but I deal with it by having a snack drawer at work, and in that drawer I have crackers, I have oatmeal to-go bars, things like that, little teeny mini bags of, diet popcorn. I'll have, what are those things? Quaker makes these little caramel rice cakes, and I'm talking about the little minis. They're like the size of chips, not the big huge hunkin' rice cakes. And the caramel flavored ones taste like Cracker Jacks to me. And so sometimes I'll have strawberries and bananas as well at work, or like strings of fat-free cheese. So if I start to feel like I'm getting hungry, before the hunger actually really hits, I'll have a snack, because I tend to like to not let myself ever be hungry, because that's how I lose weight. I tend to eat less. Now, do I feel lightheaded or weak? No, because I have never ever gotten to the point where I didn't eat for long enough to feel lightheaded or weak, except for maybe if I was sick. Have I ever gone long periods without eating? No, never for more than a day. Like today, when I tried, to not really eat breakfast or lunch to save the calories due to the ice cream I'd had the night before. So, hunger issues, most of the time I don't really have any, because I try not to let myself get to that point. I kind of snack all day. I'll take, a little container of mixed nuts like pistachios or almonds with me to work, and I'll just, every 15-20 minutes I pop one in my mouth, and so I feel like I'm grazing all day long. But it's a set amount of calories, it's a certain amount of calories, and I allow myself a certain amount of calories, and so boy, I'm really not making sense now. It's late and I'm tired. The snacks that I do eat are healthy snacks. So if I'm grazing, it's, unhealthy stuff. One of the ways I can usually stop myself from eating when I know I shouldn't, just because, not when I'm hungry, but when I want something just because I want it, I'll argue with myself and I'll tell myself, how bad do you want this? Do you want to be fat or do you want to lose weight? Do you want to reverse what you've already done? Do you want it to take forever? Those are the things I throw at myself. And I can be pretty mean to myself. And that's how I personally deal with it. By, trying to reason with myself. Don't eat it. Sometimes I pray, God, please give me the strength not to do this. And, that might have been my mistake today, in fact. The reason for binging this evening. Now that I think about it, I did not pray this morning over myself and ask for God to help me control myself today. Besides, I did something wrong anyway. I shouldn't have been, trying not to eat breakfast or lunch. That was a big mistake. And it's one that I will not make again. I don't know if I can fix it calorie-wise by Friday when I said I was going to weigh myself, but we'll see. But I hope I answered your questions. That's pretty much all I have to say on the hunger issues.